Hi, I'm Tom, and this is Adult Game Reviews. This week we have our monthly theme for November. I'm getting it out a little late on YouTube, but better late than never. The theme for November was the best slow burn girls in VNs. What is a slow burn girl?
You hooked up with a burner, didn't you?
Yeah. No, it's not the itching you feel after you hook up with a girl in a bar. It's the girls that make you wait.
Remember, don't be a fool. Wrap your tool.
They want to actually build the relationship before going further. I have a couple of rules for this category. One, that the VN has to have some actual spice in it, so games like Summer's Gone didn't make the cut for those reasons. I think myself and the community differ more on this list than any I've done, so let me know which list you agree with more. Also, I try to exclude any girls that win from the previous contest from winning the next month, so that way we don't get the same girl winning every month. Before we get into it, please like the video if you like it and subscribe if you haven't. Subscribing really helps the channel and the algorithm. Also, don't forget to guess the mystery game on the Villain's Legacy review video, link down below after you watch this one. Every month, my backers on Patreon and Subscribestar get to choose the next month's theme and vote on the first couple of rounds of voting. I open up the voting to the public when it gets to the final round, so just like the past theme videos, we will go through the community vote as well as my top slow burn girls. With all that out of the way, let's get into my number 10, and I cheated a little. That's Daphne and Scarlet from my dorm. Technically, Daphne is more slow burn than Scarlet, but both of them make you wait. They are learning a bit about the world, and you're more than willing to show them. I'm still working through my dorm, but I feel pretty safe having Scarlet and Daphne at my number 10. Number 10 for the community is Mina from Pale Carnation. So Mina is your girlfriend of your best friend. It's clear that things aren't really working out there. She is the cute, sweet wannabe actress, which leads to some fun scenes. But are you willing to wait for her? I know I am. She was my favorite from Pale Carnations. Moving on to number 9 for me, and that's Shani from Desert Stalker. Shani is walking in your footsteps to be a Desert Stalker. She goes with you on missions and learns from the best. You have a real mentor-mentee type of relationship. There aren't many scenes with Shani outside of the job, but like all master-apprentice relationships, you have to let the apprentice take all the skills they've learned out in the field. I'm looking forward to seeing more of Shani's adventures. Number 9 for the community is Emily from Halfway House. Emily is your pseudo-wife.
Chronic nagging.
It's obvious that all the people in Halfway House are missing something in their lives. You and Emily could fit that void for each other. If you're looking to settle down, she's a little spitfire, so be careful not to piss her off. She is one of my favorite love interests from Halfway House. Some people complain that she's forced on you through the story, but I don't mind. It's a rewarding relationship to see grow. I'm hopeful that we will see the conclusion of Halfway House one day. Fingers crossed. Number 8 for me is Fiona from the Neverwhere Tales. There is a lot more going on with Fiona than meets the eye. She's a graceful dancer and can run for days. I'm really looking forward to learning more about her because you know there are some secrets that will be worth the wait. She's also the main reason that I'll have to redo the Best Redheads video in the future because she should have been on that list. Number 8 for the community is Kendra from Artemis. She is your badass partner when working on Artemis. She has some fun secrets too. However, things start innocent enough with Kendra, but over time it's easy to see why your relationship has evolved further. Kendra is fun, smart, and probably the most badass girl on this list. She barely fell out of the top 10 for me, but I'm glad the community has her in their top 10. I do think she deserves a shout out. Number 7 for me is Katie from City of Broken Dreamers. Katie's another smart, compassionate, and also a bit on the shy side. However, without Katie, you would have a much harder time in City of Broken Dreamers. Developing and building a relationship with her is really rewarding. Now, I just need to finish City of Broken Dreamers to see how things end. Please, no spoilers. Number 7 for the community is Eva from Tales from the Unending Void. Eva is your stepsister. However, you know how things go. It doesn't start with romantic feelings. However, it's easy to see how they actually grow. She is sweet, shy, and really smart. Just like Katie, without Eva, you may not actually be alive. She is my favorite love interest in Tales and another great love interest in general. Number 6 for me is Ines from The Unbroken. I feel like Ines takes a backseat to V and Elspeth. I wasn't even that interested in her until the last chapter was released. Her character grows a lot on me and is slowly becoming one of my favorite love interests. I hope she continues to grow as a character because she could be the best slow burn girl on this list by the time The Unbroken finishes. Also, when I'm reading Ines's dialogue, I do it with a French accent in my head, and I can't say I hate it.
Speak a little like this.
Number 6 from the community is Kaylee from Between Two Worlds. Kaylee is such an interesting character because the MC has a girlfriend. He has allowed hall passes of a sort, and Drusk is setting up Kaylee to be a part of all of it.
Haven't you ever heard the phrase three's a crowd?
I have never heard that phrase.
I can't wait to see how her storyline finishes. Number 5 for me is Mina from Pale Carnations. I absolutely think Mina deserves to be in the top 5. She is a great love interest, and I'm really curious how your relationship with her will affect your friend. I personally see him saying everything is cool, but secretly being hurt. Kinda hope not, but I could easily see it happen. Number 5 for the community is Annie from Eternum. It's so hard to choose my favorite love interest from Eternum. The characters are so good. Annie, your best friend, probably knows you the best outside of Chang, and has been pining for you for years. She is sweet, smart, and adorably anxious. I'm glad I'm not the only one that thinks she deserves to be on this list. Number 4 for me is Holly from Our Red String. I admit it, I have a thing for nerdy, shy, smart girls. Many might consider her boring, but she's my favorite love interest from Our Red String, and it's kinda not close. You go out on dates and actually build up the relationship. Growing your relationship with Holly is one of the more satisfying parts of Our Red String. I mean, to me, anyway. Number 4 for the community is Cece from Leap of Faith. She's so many people's favorite love interest of all time. This is one reason why I don't have her in my top 10. I don't know how much you actually build relationships with her in the same way as the other girls on this list. Your relationship with Cece is more white knight, so it's a little different for me. However, Cece is one of my favorite love interests of any game. I just don't know how well she fits this particular theme. Now onto the top 3, but before that, please make sure you have guessed the mystery game from Villain's Legacy, the review video. The link is down below. The winners of the first mystery game will be added into a $25 gift card giveaway. The people that guessed the correct game on last week's mystery game will have until December 7th to guess. The people that guess correctly on this one will also be eligible to win a $25 gift card. Number 3 for me is Emily from Halfway House. Yeah, I know, she's basically like your wife, and I'm cool with that. Okay, number 3 for the community is Jill from BAD. Jill is probably the most mature love interest in BAD. She's crazy smart, talented, rich, and hot. I mean, yes please. She hates when you act like a fool. She also really wants someone who is genuine and not fake like all the Richie frat guys. If you're ready to be the badass power couple, Jill is your ticket there. Number 2 for me is Luna from Eternum. Now, I had a really hard time with the top 2. Luna is my favorite love interest from a game with so many good love interests. She is truly special. I love her dark humor, especially how her dad and family keeps messing with you. This was why it was hard to not have her at number 1, but again, choices are hard. Number 2 for the community is also Luna from Eternum. The slow burn with Luna is of epic proportions, but I guess I'm not the only one that feels like the wait is worth it. Now on to number 1 for me, and that's Jill from BAD. She is another love interest when I started with this list, was the first to pop into my head. It takes a lot of work with Jill, and it takes a long time to get anywhere with her. It's very easy to screw it all up. So for that reason, she takes the number 1 spot. If it's too easy, putting in the effort to win over Jill and succeeding is so much more satisfying than when they just throw themselves at you. For me anyway. Lastly, number 1 for the community is Scarlett from my dorm. Scarlett is your younger sister's friend that has had a thing for you for years. She has dreamt of being with you, but was it more of a childhood crush or can it be more there? Well, that's up to you. I'm still playing through my dorm and talk about making you wait. If you want the ultimate slow burn girl, I could easily see Scarlett being on the list. I technically think Daphne is more of a slow burn than her, but close enough. Alright, so we're voting on the next theme for December on my Patreon and Subscribestar. Then my backers will vote on the first couple of rounds for whatever the next theme is. I will post them a community tab on YouTube if you want to vote for the final round. Thank you all for the support over the last couple of years. I want to thank all my backers on Patreon and Subscribestar. And if you haven't seen my review of Villain's Legacy, you can check that out right here. Thanks again. Until next time.